everyone, and welcome back to the Movie Amigos podcast. This is Gila.
I'm Josh.
This is Juvo. No.
What?
And welcome back, guys. I'm glad you guys are tuning in. We're very excited. Today's episode, I feel like it's going to be very chill, but also a good time. I feel like this is a topic that a lot of people like to talk about. There's God, I can't speak right now. There's different definitions
I've been there, trust me.
Yeah. There's different definitions of what we're going to talk about today. So I'm definitely looking forward to see what comes out of this. I'm not sure what's going to happen, but I'm very excited. So, Josh, what's happening today?
Here's the idea for today's episode. It's like the best bad movies, okay? And this is like a guilty pleasure, secret passion, filthy desire of mine to just watch bad movies. I get so much enjoyment and pleasure out of watching bad movies.
Yeah.
So I wanted to dedicate an episode to just us talking about that topic because there's a lot that we've seen together.
Yeah.
And there's some really, really hidden gems that I want to put out there into the universe for people to catch on to. So I'm going to open the floor to you guys, and I'm going to ask you, what makes an entertaining bad movie?
Okay, so this is a movie that is inherently bad, but you can still find enjoyment in it because you're making fun of it, type of thing. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, that's more of the type of stuff that I'm looking at or looking for when it comes to when I think of a bad movie that I love to watch. You know,
I definitely say what's worked, like one of the biggest elements in this formula is a director that's like either very self-involved or he isn't self-aware. He doesn't have good self-awareness of what he is creating. That's definitely like a big element in what makes a entertaining bad movie.
Yeah, I totally agree. And to hit that, to get it out there ASAP, The Room is like the classic, amazing bad movie where it's a singular guy, Tommy Wiseau. You can tell he directed, starred, wrote, produced this film, and it's just so strange.
Yeah, he did
everything. I love
even edited it.
So strange, but it has heart and charm, and you can tell he tried. He really, really tried. And that's what makes it so watchable. So many quotable moments, strange decisions, and it's just like unintentionally funny.
Chip.
That's something else that they're not self-aware, but they're also not trying to make a bad movie because it happened with Tommy Wiseau. He reached a point to such high popularity that he tried to make other projects in the same vein, but it didn't work out because this time he knew what he was making.
Yeah.
And like you're saying, in the first time around, it was he genuinely was trying to create something.
He just wanted to make something.
And it was perfect. It was a perfect. What's the word I'm looking for? I guess everything coming together, amalgamation of all that, where he was just really trying to create something, and obviously didn't work out the way he was planning.
That's how I
what led it to
feel.
popularity.
That's how I feel also about the Sharknado movies.
I've never seen any.
I very much did not like the Sharknado movies.
Right,
because I feel
self-aware.
like they're like, "Ooh, a shark tornado? How crazy! We're so random. It's so funny."
They're
and
trying
it like
too hard.
has no heart or like no charm or substance to it. It's just the dumb premise, and that's not enough for me. What about you, Hila? What do you think makes for a good bad movie?
Since we're going here specifically for like those kind of like The Room type thing, I think that what makes a good bad movie, I actually have to agree with Hube in like there's heart in there. It's not about how good or like how magnificent this script or the actors. It's just the fact that somebody went out of their way to make a movie because they like movies and they wanted to make one. And I think that's what makes it good because you could appreciate the work. Let's be honest, if we try to make a movie us by ourselves right now, it wouldn't be the next Hollywood hit, right?
Yeah.
We
absolutely.
know that, and that's fine because we would be making it because we love it, right? In this case, I feel like people that like The Room, for example, is in that case to me what makes it a good bad movie because it's not about, it's just somebody's like fantasy, I guess.
Yeah,
Somebody's
yeah. Ultimately,
dream.
that's what it comes down to a lot of the
Somebody's
time.
like it's, and of course, big directors do that. But this is talking about just like a regular folk, like a regular guy, a regular gal, like making what they want. Like for me, I didn't mention The Room for obvious reasons in my list because I have like a top 5 of movies that are bad that I like. But mine, I have a different definition of that. But in this case, my pick for like my favorite bad good movie would be like Miami Connections.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yes.
It's so, I don't know. I just, as much as The Room, I feel like this movie was made by a guy that just genuinely wanted to make a kung fu fighting movie.
Yeah.
And he just wanted to have fun with his friends.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm here for that. I think it's great. And I don't know. I just really like that movie.
Yeah, no, Miami Connection is like 10 out of 10 for me because the music is so good.
Such a good element.
The music, I don't want to get us copyright strike, by singing it, but like
Friends Forever?
Yeah, Friends for Eternity. Loyalty.
Yeah, no, we're not.
Oh yeah, oh bro, when they're jamming out to that, and then
so
they go
good.
and they like murder a bunch of ninjas and biker gangs. I'm like, yes, this is the perfect balance of like
it's so good.
all the ingredients that I'm looking for. There's another angle that I want to touch on just really briefly for bad movies, and it's like critically panned movies, or movies and franchises that people hate, in a well-loved franchise, and it's like, oh, the fourth one was the trash one, skip that one or whatever. There's always those in there where it's, or the worst movie in a year, it's remembered for being the worst movie in a year. And on that note, I'm gonna put out a controversial, very controversial, highly controversial movie.
Okay.
In this conversation, which is Spider-Man 3.
Oh.
I love Spider-Man 3.
Okay.
And anytime there's discourse about Spider-Man 3 online, it's negative because it's compared to the first two, which people hold in very high regard, especially the second one. So people say that it's like a step down. But for me, nostalgia goggles maybe or may not be part of the equation, but I just feel like it is the culmination of the story of the three movies. And when you see other superhero movies that are like overly cluttered with characters and studio interference, I think Spider-Man 3 fared a lot better than a lot of those. So in my mind, it's not as bad as people say it is, and that's
definitely not. Yeah,
that's like a movie that most people, think is bad, but I'm like, I always defend it. I'm always like putting my neck out there for Spider-Man 3.
I think Spider-Man 3 is like in the same vein of like the Godfather movies. Mm-hmm. Like the first two are like the amazing great ones, but the third one isn't a bad movie. Mm-hmm. It's just not as amazing as the first two, and the Spider-Man 3 might just have its problems and it might just be a little cluttered, but that does not make it a bad movie, definitely. Like I think that's something that's really exaggerated, that does not fit. It is not an apt description at all of the film.
Okay. Yeah. Do you have any movies that come to mind to you that are like, people don't really like them, but you're a big fan?
I have a lot of on my list of movies that people do not like, but I like either for sentimental reasons or I just like them. Mm-hmm. Most of my list is based on these movies, actually.
Okay.
The first one would be, hold on, I have my list on a paper and I can't see it. Hold on. Okay. So, I guess I could start off with saying, like, The Boy.
Yes, yeah, The Boy.
Now, that scary movie, and I think I like it just because of, like, the memories behind it. Like, it was Josh and my sister. We randomly went to see this movie thinking it was scary.
Yeah.
And it was one of the most hilarious moments of my life, of my movie watching experiences. Like, I'm glad there was only one person there, and I low-key kind of felt bad, but by the end, they were laughing with us.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we were just, like, out loud laughing in this theater, like crying, like we couldn't stop.
Yeah.
It was just really funny, and I had a really good time watching it. Honestly, it's not that bad, but it's not great.
Yeah, I feel that way. I look back and I'm like, it wasn't that
really
bad.
Not that
but
bad.
There's so many things where it's
just
like,
so funny.
If you watch it with that mindset, the dramatic reveal, the doll's just sitting there. There's so many good moments like that. Where it's like
really funny. Another movie, obviously, two more that I can talk about.
Mm-hmm.
The Twilight franchise.
Oh, yes, yes.
A lot of people hate I mean, no, I kind of get it. I get why people hate it. I get why they're toxic and their acting's bad and Kristen Stewart this and Robert Pattinson that. First, I feel like at this point in their career, both Robert Pattinson and Kristen Stewart have definitely given performances that prove their ability as actors and their talent, right? Okay, that's out of the way. I love these movies. I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong. Alone, individual, they're not great. The entire thing, just watching from Twilight, New Moon, Eclipse, and then both breaking down. I don't know why there's two, but there's two. I love them. I loved Bella trying to like flirt with Jacob and then trying to like decide if she wants Edward, and then just Edward.
Which I'm Team Jacob, by the way.
I'm Team 100%. Jacob for Bella, but I like Team Edward for myself.
Okay.
I just like Edward.
Okay.
But in general, I just think it's really... I mean, they're not great. We know they're not great. The acting's not great, and that's okay. I love that franchise, and it's just so fun for me. And the other movie that a lot of people don't like, but I still like and I don't care, is the Beauty and the Beast live action.
Oh, okay. Wow. That's quite the pick.
Now, I know I'm not a fan of the live actions. Probably only the Cinderella one.
Okay.
I loved watching the Beauty and the Beast one. I love the story. I mean, I'm a bookworm. I was like, oh my gosh, Belle loves to read. So I kind of grew up with that, right? I feel like that's like the most cliched thing for someone that likes books. But I don't know. Maybe like the music isn't the best, and maybe the singing isn't the best. And they kind of made and wrote this specifically for Emma Watson. Okay, whatever. But I don't hate the changes. I like that they made the Beast a little bit more like older. I like that they're like, of course, like this guy sitting in this castle for years would probably get bored and read the books that are in his library. Like he would still be aware of his horrible time as a beast, but I don't know. And the way they fall in love, I don't know. I just really like the way it was done. It was actually written. The screenplay was written by the guy that wrote the book and screenplay for The Perks of Being a Wallflower.
Wow, I did not know that.
So I feel like when I rewatched it like recently, for some reason I was like, this is actually better written than I remembered. Even like the dad and Gaston, and obviously it's not perfect, but within itself, I like it. It gets a lot of crap.
Yeah, just because people compare it to the
original,
one,
and of course it doesn't compare in that, but I don't hate it. I genuinely have a good time watching this movie, and I like it. I like it, and other people don't, and that's okay. I like it, and that's fine. That was another one of my picks, and then another one that a lot of people, weirdly enough, didn't like, but I enjoyed, was Birds of Prey.
Oh, really?
I really like, and I had to make sure. I was like, I thought it was good, and then I went to look at reviews. It was not liked.
That's strange to me too. Yeah, I quite liked it as well.
A lot of people didn't like it.
Huh? Yeah, I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I mean, like Birds of Prey, I was like, I had to look it up just to be sure. I went to Letterboxd to see what my other fellow people that I follow, and not many people liked it. And the reviews were low. I was like, I was surprised. I liked it. And I don't know, maybe we were just comparing it to like Suicide Squad because it's way better. I don't know. I personally really enjoyed that movie, and a lot of people didn't. But I still liked it. And that's why I was like, I think it's worth putting it on my list because I would rewatch that movie.
Yeah, okay, for sure. That's understandable.
Yeah.
And I like that you picked those and you mentioned those. Those are definitely ones that did not come to my mind at all.
Yeah. That's kind of what I went with, like, my movies that I know people think it's bad, kind of like Spider-Man 3, but I still like them. Yeah. And I don't care.
Yeah. Anything come to your mind, Juve, about movies that most people don't like, but you liked?
I don't have any on my list that are in that vein.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you were talking about The Boy,
yeah,
I thought of a couple other movie theater experiences that we had that we were just busting out laughing. One of them is The Bye Bye Man.
Oh my gosh. That movie is just bad.
I was enraged with that movie.
But
I was
that's not
enraged
a good
with that
bad
movie.
That was just bad.
But the theater experience, when I look back, I was like pacing around the entire theater.
You really was.
And it was just so. I mean, The Bye Bye Man, I do not recommend.
No,
Maybe if you like, there's other movies that I'm gonna recommend. The Bye Bye Man's not one of them. The villain is stupid. All the characters are stupid. The premise, everything is stupid and horribly done. A lady walks out into the middle of the road to stop a car on the interstate. Like, it's so, everything's
bees?
dumb.
There's bees involved
there's
or bats?
Yeah. And there's the opening shot is like a guy with a shotgun going crazy, and it all looks so bad. But that theater experience was like amazing because it was like with friends and we were just ridiculing that movie the whole time.
It was bad. And the thing is, like, this was a packed theater.
Yeah.
I'm talking.
Yeah, it was.
Packed.
I think it was like opening
wow.
night.
And you were still pacing.
Oh
around
yeah.
the theater?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
got to
I
the
was
side,
so mad.
And then he was like back and forth. He's like, "What is
I wonder
this?
what people were thinking.
But the thing is, like,
That
the
was so
people
funny.
next to
Yeah.
us
No one. Yeah. No
were
one
like screaming, like, "Oh my god, that's so scary!" And I was just looking
okay.
at them, and then I was looking at Josh, and Brandon and I were just laughing because these people were terrified.
Don't think it. Don't say it. Don't think it. Don't say it. Don't think it. Don't say
Josh
it.
was like, "That doesn't make sense."
So dumb. I was so
it was
mad.
really funny.
But another theater experience that is a standout for me, and you guys got me the DVD Blu-ray for this one, 47 Meters Down Uncaged.
Nice.
That's just one that sticks out in my mind.
We watched it
Now it's a
together.
guilty pleasure for me. I like that movie, and the characters, it's all so dumb and campy and cheesy, and the effects are bad. The fish is the heightened senses.
Ridiculous.
A fish literally screaming.
The fish screamed underwater. I could not. That's when the movie totally took a turn.
Yes.
And it lost me, but also won me over.
I feel you.
When the fish screamed for a jump scare. Literally, that's what the fish sounded
I
like.
know. It was
The
great.
blind sharks.
Yeah, the blind shark with their heightened senses, but then they're chomping at everything except the one girl who's screaming and flailing around.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Actually, yeah, I really like that movie. It's really funny because we watched it in theaters and then we rewatched it with my sister and Jenny and AJ and Lisa and all of them. That was so
Heightened
funny.
senses. And I would say that every time the shark would swim and brush up against the girl and not notice.
I still have to watch the first one.
Honestly, me too. I haven't seen the
We should
first.
watch
I don't
that,
know. I don't think
guys.
that they're connected anyway. We didn't miss anything.
Probably not. Maybe it's the same shark.
It's with the story. Oh, the same sharks.
It's the same shark. They
It's
just
the same
travel.
continuity.
Or maybe it's like their uncle or something.
It's the same shark from Jaws 4. It's just old and has cataracts. Anyway, so the next segment that I want us to move to is the best bad movie in the sense of like The Room, in the vein where it's like an actual poorly made, horrible, but it's entertaining. You know, it'll knock your socks off, but just not for any of the reasons it intended. And I want to start off with one that we've all seen as well. And I want this movie to get more attention. I want this movie to pick up, you know, because I think it hits a certain sweet spot for me where it's like, I like Star Wars, you know, I like Blade Runner, I like adventure movies, I like sci-fi,
I
I
know
like
where this is
bodacious babes.
No.
All right, I like robots and cyborgs. We just talked about Alita Battle Angel. Okay, you're talking Alita Battle Angel is good.
Oh my god.
Rogue Warrior
The movies are
Robot
basically the
Fighter.
same.
Rogue
Yeah.
Warrior
Actually, you're right.
Robot Fighter is where it's at. That
Rogue
is
Warrior, Robot Fighter, and
Yes.
Alita.
yeah.
They're
yeah.
twins. If any
honestly,
movies were twins.
Rogue Warrior came out first. I mean, Alita might have been in development longer, but one
stole some
copied
of
the
those
other.
ideas. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah. We
yeah.
can see who plagiarized
There's definitely
who.
some influence there.
Yes.
So if you like Star Wars, if you like sci-fi,
There's a cyborg. There's
yeah,
a
Hube,
science,
This
you're
movie
a
makes
big
me
fan, right?
so
There's a father.
angry. This is the movie that made me angry. But while I was watching it, 'cause looking back, I can definitely laugh now. But like I guess not really in the same way. But I was kind of like you. Like I would like get up and pace, even though I didn't. But like in my mind,
yeah.
if I try to remember how I was how I was acting or relating to the film.
Yeah.
Definitely. Or if you could call it a film.
Well, excuse me?
A romp. That's not a romp.
Yeah.
I don't know why I use that word.
Dude,
a flick.
I mean,
video.
there's a
It's a
couple
video.
things they did right.
No, I disagree. But definitely looking back, it was really funny how outrageously horrible it is.
Oh, man.
I'll say this. Like, if you're going to compare the special effects to, like, Birdemic, okay, like, yeah, definitely, that's, like, a step up. Like, they did a really great job. But, I mean, Birdemic, the director, Nguyen, he basically just copy and pasted. Like flying.
Yeah, like PNGs.
Wait, are you serious?
PNGs of birds. Yeah, that's
I
basically.
haven't seen this.
But in this one, they definitely put in some like either money or like on like actual moving robots and like flying things, and definitely in that part, they definitely tried hard when it comes to that.
Yeah,
obviously it didn't succeed the way that
you know what? Let me sell you, listener. Let me sell you on this movie. I'm gonna give me 1 minute of your time. This is the elevator
now
pitch.
This just became like
the Rogue Warrior
movie
Robot Fighter podcast.
No, yes. Also the one that's like, please watch this movie. We endorse it.
Yeah. This is a view supported by MAP as a corporation.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, in the vein of like, it's a bad movie. Watch it to not make fun, but watch it to have fun.
You know,
because of how bad it is.
I will say they tried with the story. They tried to have a story.
That would have to be my issue.
The story,
yes.
What they try to do.
What they try to do.
Okay, and it is like a crossover of like Terminator and Star Wars, where it's like there's spaceships. The issue though is that it's filmed in modern day LA. That's the issue.
Okay, I
so
didn't know that.
It takes you out when it's like in someone definitely a current house, backyard, and they're having a conversation, and then a spaceship flies up. It's like kind of weird, but like. And, some of the sex scenes and, like, the undertones of, like, the incest or whatever. But you gotta make. Okay, let's move on to the next movie.
I remember there being incest.
Let's move on to the next movie.
Me?
I remember there being, like, very uncomfortable, like, scenes where it's like, why does this look like somebody's about to bring a pizza through the door?
Isn't this like the year 3,500?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of that. I remember we were talking about, because the lady, she was walking on, it opens with the lady walking on high heels through the desert. And the whole movie, we were like, her ankles must be in horrible shape. So the whole movie, we were talking about her ankles.
That's right. I remember now. I just remember the incest part of this.
Yeah. So next movie. Another one we've all watched, The Happening, I feel like is a heavy hitter where the movie completely fails in the aspects of horror and terror that it's going for, just because of the ridiculous premise.
So
and
many
message.
things that
made
it what?
I've seen that movie twice.
Who is it? Mark Wahlberg?
Marky
Mark
Mark.
Wahlberg.
And Zoe Deschanel talking to a plant. Yeah, it's just people committing suicide in the field, and they're yelling at each other, and it's horribly acted.
Yep. Oh my. Zoe Deschanel.
John Leguizamo.
John
Wondering
Leguizamo,
why he's in the film, but he's still
the
in it.
people walking backwards, and then the people in the Jeep, they drive into the tree.
That's my favorite scene, okay? Don't hate on it. It was that little tiny hole.
That's true. Where the air is coming in. That's right.
The air was coming in, not through the motor, not through the air conditioning. Through the tiny little hole.
Yeah, or the windows or the door. No, the hole. Yeah, in the Jeep. Right. Gosh, so much.
It's a great film.
It was completely misguided on every aspect.
Yeah.
So another one I want to mention is Pass Through. Another one that we've all watched.
I was going to mention the genius of Neil Breen.
Yes, Neil Breen is a genius of our time.
He is a master of his class.
All of his movies should be supported, bought by you. They're a little pricey, but you get quality.
Gosh, okay, my favorite part about this movie, or at least the one we watched together, is the experience getting the movie.
Oh my gosh. I had no idea what to expect in the mail, and I got a handwritten package. It was like one of those envelopes with the bubble wrap in it.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, great. And then I turned on the camera, I opened it on camera, and it's like a CD case. And the movie is a white CD with the text, Times New Roman on it. But on the inside, I mean, don't judge a book by its cover, right?
That's right.
The story, a director with heart, with a message. You know, he has a big budget. It's a big budget movie with a low budget feel. So there's explosions, there's political corruption, there's immigrants crossing the border, there's statements on, you know, current politics. Like, it's more relevant than ever.
Wait, isn't he the president?
No, he's like a god who transcends time. Yeah, this is like a personal fantasy.
I don't agree with the big budget feel part.
That's where you take issue.
But I do agree with the big ideas.
Yes. He has a lot of big ideas.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a lot of analysis that could come out of his films.
Yeah.
I feel like
psychoanalysis.
I feel like he took his time to make these stories not basic. Mm-hmm. And I commend him for that, because he went out there and he went for it. Nothing held him back. And he's like, I'm going to make this movie because I want to.
And you know, good for him. You can tell he's loving it.
Yeah, and that's why it's so fun to watch.
He's happy. Yeah, exactly. Which makes for a better watching experience, you know. And it makes it, all the stuff just, it's fun. It's fun. That's a movie that I will absolutely recommend, as well as any of his other movies, too.
Yes, I agree. I think that's
very, very entertaining. I want to say another one. I'm going to move into this ones that you guys haven't all seen. The one that I love that I don't think you guys have watched is Plan 9 from Outer Space.
No.
I haven't seen it.
It became famous in, I think it was the 90s.
Is that Ed Wood?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ed Wood. It's from the 60s. But it was, I don't remember who wrote a book of the worst movies of all time. And Plan 9 from Outer Space was their top pick. And it became notorious after that. And it was like the first movie that I know of where I was like, this is the worst movie of all time. And then that's when kind of this passion for like good, bad movies, a lot of it, kind of saw a resurgence with like Mystery Science Theater 3000 and stuff that were covering this movie. But yeah, it's like, you can tell Ed Wood has so much heart, and he makes it with heart, and he directs these people to act, but it's literally like they're in a cemetery and the tombstones are made out of cardboard. They're flying a spaceship and it's made out of cardboard. And it's like there's a zombie vampire situation and their acting is cardboard.
Nice.
Yeah. Bela Lugosi's in it for 2 seconds.
Oh.
Dracula.
Oh, wow.
Wait.
Yes. He's in it. He's in it to the same capacity that Tippi Hedren is in Birdemic. But he's top billing. He's top billing.
Because Tippi Hedren, she was on the TV screen in Birdemic.
Bela Lugosi.
Wait, did she get a credit for being on the screen?
She's top billing.
She's top. She's like third.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
And it's so funny.
And you see the picture on IMDb?
Yeah.
It's a girl in the bikini, and in the far background, off screen, is a TV with her next to a birdcage on TV.
That's so
That's
funny.
her appearance in the movie.
He really wanted her name on there.
Yeah. And I was digging so hard to confirm that was Tippi Hedren in that movie. Yeah, Bela Lugosi walks in his front yard for 2 seconds, and that's his appearance in the movie. And he's top billing in Plan 9 from Outer Space. But yeah, it's like crazy concept, aliens, vampires, zombies type situation. But it's directed with such heart that it was a very good time. Even not watching it with friends, even just watching it alone, it was a good time. So that's another one that I wanted to put out there. Do you guys have any more that have been coming to mind since I've been... I mean, I have more that I can just barrel through.
Oh, I'm sure. I know I have watched some bad movies with y'all, specifically starring John Travolta, but...
Should we saw Gotti? That's true.
Mm-hmm.
I always fall asleep.
That is true. And his name was Vengeance, was it? That we watched and you fell asleep again?
Okay, I've gotten to an age in my life
okay.
where I fall asleep when I'm in a cozy place and it's late at night.
And John Travolta's on screen.
And John Travolta's on
Playing
screen.
Gotti.
I don't know. I just fall asleep every time. I know during quarantine we try to watch a movie together with Nicolas Cage. I knocked out.
Oh, there was Nicolas Cage in that movie.
Like, they didn't tell me I fell asleep. They just kept watching the movie. And then my mom comes into my room. She's like, yo.
Yeah.
Yo. Like, what happened? They're gone. And I'm like, what? Yeah. So, honestly, I'm sure they're great, but I can't think of any more because I usually fall asleep.
Yeah. One that I wanted to mention that I very highly recommend as a watch, and I recommend it to you, Gila. I think you particularly would very much enjoy it based on what you said in this podcast, The Last Vampire on Earth.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. I want to watch
that. Was
that
so
with Brenda,
enjoyable.
with my
That
sister.
was such a funny. I mean, it's a Twilight ripoff. Okay,
I'm here for it.
That's
100%.
yeah. It's like even though it's based on another book, it's not
That's sorry, that's debatable extremely, and not even debate. No, you can't claim that. No, not even. No, that.
You don't like it?
Okay, so they had this idea for a movie to rip off Twilight, and then they wrote a book, a really quick little, like, it looks like a pamphlet, probably, right? Just so that they can claim that it was based on a different book that is in Twilight. But it's clearly a Twilight ripoff.
But I know what you're
funny.
thinking. I like Twilight, but it's missing something. And that something is AIDS. Well, then this movie is for you. The climactic scene is perfection. Is cinematic perfection.
All
okay,
right.
where she goes up and stops the town from burning the vampire. You have to watch it. You have to watch it.
How long is this movie?
Hashtag Oscar worthy.
Very much Oscar worthy.
It felt like 5 hours.
I think it was just over an hour. I think it didn't overstay its welcome, right,
Yeah.
Juve?
Okay, I'm gonna have to check it out. I'm gonna have to take my time and enjoy this movie and see what's up. I feel like watching movies like this, at least for me, it's enjoyable to watch it with people. But honestly, I'll find it. I'll make my sister watch it with me.
Yes.
I'll see what's up.
I want to watch it with you. I want to watch it with you too. And the last one I want to mention before we round out, there's so many more that I have written down. I'll just fire through them, which get an honorable mention, I guess. Aeon Flux, the early 2000s action sci-fi movie with like
Charlize Theron?
Crazy special effects. I think it is. There's a scene where she's riding a motorcycle up a building, and it's like
cool.
It's bananas. It's bananas.
It's live action.
Yeah. And that she's real, but she's not surrounded by reality.
Flux. I think that's Charlize Theron.
I think so too.
It sounds familiar.
Yeah, but that motorcycle scene is the special effects. It's worth considering for the Oscar.
But when was the last time you saw this movie, Josh? Or you just remembering it?
Oh yeah,
from,
Okay, I saw it as a kid, and I was like, okay, this is great. And then I was in La Pupusa Factory in Hialeah, and it was on Telemundo, and I was like, wait, what? The whole time with my jaw on the floor watching it on Telemundo. So that was my last watch.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
In Telemundo at a
I can see why
restaurant.
you wouldn't
Remember
because her hair is dark.
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
movie.
yeah. She has
So
black hair.
and it's like really short, so I guess I can see why.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's her. Yeah.
And I also want to mention Recipe for Seduction in this conversation.
Wait.
The ad, the 15-minute ad.
The film, you mean?
We all know
Advertisement.
that the new JFK person became very attractive for some reason.
JFK? KFC?
KFC?
That guy. Did I say JFK?
JFK? John Fried
You're thinking
Chicken?
of Jack Kennedy?
I'm so sorry.
Happy
I didn't mean to
birthday.
be disrespectful.
Wow, all the Kennedys listening to
My
us
dyslexia came
have
back.
unsubscribed.
It made an appearance.
in
Your
full
selective
force.
dyslexia.
Yeah.
It came back.
Selexia, activate.
Okay. Kentucky Fried Chicken Man.
Colonel Sanders, yes. He has a name,
That
Hila.
guy. He became attractive a couple years ago, right?
Yeah,
that was a big thing.
They've been
And then now
pushing hard in that.
they definitely made him
with Mario
attractive.
Lopez and
Made
those
him
dimples.
Made him a very attractive
when he said, "Don't call me a crouton," that hit me on a deeper emotional
resonance. Did you watch this movie already?
Did I? Who do you think you're talking? Of course I watched this movie. I watched it the second they put it on YouTube. My eyes were ugly.
Is it still on it?
I'm sure it's there, yeah, for sure.
Excuse me, how dare you? Yeah, I highly recommend, and it won't take up that much of your time. So
yeah,
I think I'll watch it.
Yeah, if you like, bro, Hallmark movie vibes. Very much, but also Colonel Sanders. It's
JFK.
like it's a recipe for me to like it.
That's a movie that I enjoyed. That it was definitely self-aware. They knew what they were doing, but I enjoyed it because it's like we know this is all for fun. It's an advertisement, but we're gonna poke fun, but at the same time, make some money.
Yeah.
While we do it, while having fun, everyone can enjoy it.
Absolutely, yeah.
Man, I'm gonna have to cut that out.
I don't know. There's something. I'm craving some. I don't know.
Some
fried chicken.
Yeah,
you
something.
think?
Maybe some
recipe
I don't know,
for disaster.
Some herbs and spices. I don't know. I need something in my mouth. Anyway.
Wait.
So
we're not sponsored.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. So yeah, I guess we'll wrap it up. Thank you very much for listening to our special bad movie episode.
Wait, is this special?
It's special in the way that it's
Neil Breen's movies are.
Yes,
You're
in the same way.
Yes.
Yeah, make sure to DM me or DM the Movie Amigos podcast Instagram for more recommendations because I got them out the wazoo. There's so many that I didn't mention. But let us know what you guys think. What are the best ones? In our comments, and make sure to tag us. And we love your participation in this.
Yes, thank you guys for watching. It's been an awesome time talking about these movies. If you have any more that we obviously didn't talk about, which I'm sure there are, make sure to message us, comments on Instagram or anywhere else. We would love to hear these recommendations. I'm positive Josh will watch them.
You got that right.
Without a doubt. He will watch them.
Yes.
So 100%. I'm not going to promise, but I can try.
Well, you got to watch The Last Vampire on Earth.
At least that one I watch. But yeah, I really hope that you guys have a great day, that it's awesome, fantastic. I don't know. I think that's it, right? We're good.
Yeah.
We're good.
You're loved.
Yes.
Right, Juve?
Make sure. Have a good day. God bless you, and have an awesome, fantastic rest of your morning, day, afternoon, night. I don't know, whenever you're listening.
Adios, amigos.
Bye.